Oh, you gotta
No,
keep.
guys! No, I'm just kidding. Yes, guys. Welcome back to another episode. Colby is not going to cut off this intro. He's worked out his technical difficulties. As usual, I'm here with my co-host, Colby. Matt, Colby, how you doing today?
Oh, which one do you want to go first?
Colby. I just said
yeah.
Colby.
But you said Matt for. Doing good, man. My wife was sick this weekend, so I had to play Mr. Mom, bro.
Oh, nice.
Freaking yeah, dude. Robin Williams was Doubtfire, bro. That was me all weekend. Just I'm done. I think I got a little bit of what she had.
I was gonna say you sound a little nasally, like the snotty kids around you.
I'm a soldier through it, bro.
Let's go. You're gonna go in the sauna right after this and sweat it out.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna be golden. You're gonna be great
for the win.
Matt, man, how you doing?
Not too bad. I had to spend Friday at the ER vet, so that wasn't the best. My little bunny rabbit Jerry got a little sick, but he's doing better. And we had the start of our season yesterday, and
nice.
Unfortunately we tied. We let them come back from a 2-0 up, but still undefeated, so that's what matters.
There you go. You finished 2-2?
2-2.
Oh, nice. Earlier, whenever you were telling me about your rabbit too, and you said his name was Jerry. You've watched Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
I started thinking about that, and is his name actually Gary? And then I started going through all the thing, the jokes that they did with Jerry.
It is weird because I spell it with a G, and everyone it just assumes it's with a J, or they were like, "Is it Gary? Is it Jerry? Is it what?" And I'm just like, I've made it too complicated. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. We're Americans. You gotta simple. That's what we need. All right, so let's get into this. Jeez, Colby. Well, what a terrible timing. Don't edit this out. Okay, let's get into it. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start boots? Do we want to start jerseys? Do we want to start what an abysmal team that the United States men's national team is? All right, I guess I'll pick. Let's start with the United States. No.
No, United States.
Because
all right.
we're gonna do the jerseys from something else. So
that works.
Let's get into the United States. So we were talking about this briefly before we started recording. I cannot stand, and I never have been able to stand, the men's national team. I think they're the most overrated, underachieving team, maybe besides Portugal or Netherlands right now. Those teams are really highly rated, and they're not doing much either. But where do you guys stand? Because I know you're both fans. Colby rocks the jerseys. So he's a brave soul.
It's just not it. It's just not it. We can't lose to Panama and then to Canada back to back.
Yeah.
I'll give Canada a little bit of credit. They've gotten a lot better. But honestly, it just makes us, or it pisses me off, and it makes me seem like we should have hired Jesse Marsh instead of Pochettino. Whatever. He's obviously fucking having success. So I don't know. Frustrating to watch. Disappointing. We're a year out. Not a good look.
Yep. Yeah, Colby, where are you feeling?
Dude, our United States system is not set up to do well. That's kind of a harsh reality, but if for instance, my son, he's 7, he plays club. The amount of money that it would take for me to put into him starting from now until the ends of high school would be astronomical. If to play at the highest level, because right now, I'm not gonna say what I'm paying, but it's a lot for 7.
Yeah.
So for every you're gonna price out a lot of people. You're gonna price me out eventually. I've got kids behind my 7-year-old, and it's just not it, dude. Because you want to get kids on a grassroots level that actually like to play the sport, and you're just gonna essentially only take the kids whose parents can pay the premiums there.
Yeah, it's pay to play. I have a friend who, I think I've talked about it before, but his daughter plays for a local big select club or whatever, and he pays she's 13, 14, somewhere around that age, and he pays about $15,000 per year.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Insane. And that doesn't include, he was telling me that it doesn't include their gas, the travel, or anything. That's just team fees and jerseys and all that kind of stuff.
Dude, you could go to college for cheaper than that.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if you're a really, really good, male professional, right? And you end up in the MLS, and you're not a designated player, so your salary is what, $70K a year? was it worth it for your parents to pay like all of that money? Like, for instance, like that guy that was MLS player went and became a kicker for the Cowboys. It was Brandon Aubrey, I think is his name, and got the league minimum, which was like $800,000.
Yeah,
and he was making like $60K in MLS. Oh yeah, his wife was like, "Thank God." She told him to go try out, but like that's so crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's and then it's crazy because like on the reverse end, not it's just because I watch United and everything and stuff like that. You got somebody like Jadon Sancho, Casemiro, Rashford at Manchester United making like 300 to 350,000 a week. You know what I mean? And now, granted, they're like some of the highest paid players, but even like the lower end guys are still making like $60K a week. We're talking about people making that a whole year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And like it's like I was saying too, the U.S. is never going to accomplish anything because other sports require less like upfront investment and they make more money long term. You know what I mean? So like anybody going to the NFL, arguably the NBA, the MLS, any of those, they're gonna probably make more money. I would say like I'm sure people in NASCAR probably make more. You know what I mean? Like that's really bad compared to how we view it. And so when you have things like that, you have like the most elite athletes go in other ventures. Like I said, like can you imagine just like hypothetically if like the United States really focused on football, right? And you had like LeBron James like out on the football pitch. Like this motherfucker is like 6'9", just like jumping, scoring headers. Like everybody would be a Zlatan out there, and you guys might actually win something. But yeah, I mean, hiring Poch, man, the most underachieving manager for Spurs. Like Poch to me embodies Spurs, and the United States men's national team is the Spurs of like national football. Like they should do better, and every year people think they will, and they never do.
It's fair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's the unfortunate reality for you guys, and I feel for you, man.
Like how you're saying you guys, like you don't live here too.
I do
Wait
not
a minute.
follow that team. I denounce them. I've never been a United States men's national team fan, and I never will. Like I refuse. So yeah. So good luck to you. Say something, Colby. I know you got something that you want to say.
No. I don't have anything to say. No, nothing to add to that, Justin. I will say that like it is weird being a person in the U.S. and like I'll support like the U.S. national team, but like I primarily focus more on Europe. Like the Euros last year were like just as exciting to me as like the World Cup. For sure. Like because I like to follow like I mean that's the majority of soccer we watch is like European soccer. So.
Do you have a preference either way, Matt? You like the World Cup, the Euros, the Copa, anything?
Honestly, I usually prefer the Euros.
Okay.
That's usually my favorite to watch. I don't know why.
That's me too.
Yeah.
I love the Euros. I think it's because like I think when it comes to the Euros, for me personally, you don't tend to have as many like random small teams that are just kind of somehow have made it in.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no like I don't know. Trinidad and Tobago, or just some random team that like unfortunately is like fodder, like that year with Iceland. Maybe that's like one of the only times that we really had that. But it's usually like high end teams.
Yeah, and it's usually all competitive games. It's like even like obviously you have the France and like England and all of them. Like even when they play like Austria, like it's still a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like and it's still exciting to watch. So that's always fun.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that we're all in agreement on that. Euros is the best tournament. All right, so while we are on the subject of Euros and World Cups, this past Thursday, we're recording this on, what day is today? Monday. Sorry, guys. The Teamgeist came out. Now, we got a remake of a ball that is supposedly better, and then we got the Teamgeist-inspired Preds. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Colby, I'm going to let you take this first because... You did something.
I did do. I finally pulled the trigger on some Predators. I got the Teamgeist, but they're not in hand because, of course, like nothing gets to my house on time. But you know who does have the Teamgeist Preds?
Let's see.
Is Matt because he reliably
always
always gets boosts before me.
Those are nice.
I will say these are not my boots. My cousin, shout out to my cousin, he let me borrow these for the podcast. I convinced him to get a pair because he hasn't gotten a pair of the new Preds yet, and he loved the Pred 24. So I convinced him to get these. So I guess I had some hand in it. But I did get the ball.
Oof. That's such a good looking ball.
It's so nice. It is so nice. And for me, it's a little nostalgic because my first ever soccer ball was actually a takedown size 4 Teamgeist
Nice.
when I first started playing. And
That's awesome.
It was I want to say the white, silver, and burgundy color.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know that I can kind of like envision it in my head for the most part.
Yeah.
All right, so going back what we talked about last week, I was wrong. Now, Kobe, early on when we first started talking about the Teamgeist, we saw a leak of all 3 versions, right? We saw
Right.
a laceless Teamgeist, a laced, and then the FT. Come to find out, they only released the FT. It had the special edition box, the new one. What do you guys think about that? Are you happy that they did it? Matt, you were
yeah.
kind of feeling fatigued too, so I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm happy. They kind of did it exactly the way I expected them and hoped they do. They did it kind of like the Pred Moments boot.
Okay.
Where it's just one release, FT, kind of limited edition, but it wasn't at that limited edition price range, which was nice. Yeah, and I think it just makes it a little bit more exciting, and it gives you more of a reason to get it.
Okay.
Because it's just one, rather than having like all 3 and it just being a colorway. But it's still readily available for the people that do want it. So,
Hell yeah. All right, Colby. This is your time.
Yeah, man. No, I'm happy the way they did it with just the FT models. I think that when they release models only in FT, like it makes it that much more special. Like they did it, obviously, like Matt said, with the Moments. They've done it with the Rotero. Obviously, that's more of a fusion skin. They did it with the Beckhams, fusion skin again. But like we tend to remember these Predators more than others within like the, I don't know, just piles and pile-ups of colorways that we've been getting the last 2 years. So I like the way they did it. I'm wondering if a lot of those, I mean, obviously the laceless picks and the elite picks, might have been fakes. The fold-over tongue pictures we saw looked really goofy, so I'm glad that this looks a lot cleaner, the actual retail version. So yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on them, man. They should arrive tomorrow at my house, and yeah, Matt, those size 11s look huge, dude.
dude,
It's just enormous. Like,
they're bigger than my
looks
fucking
like
head.
a party size
It's crazy.
Predator in your hands, dude.
That's awesome.
I could fit 2 of my feet in
Okay,
this.
Yeah.
so a few questions for you guys that I want to ask you. Now, we're happy that they released them in the FT only, right? I think we all 3 agree. Do you wish that they would have done the FG, SG, and maybe a takedown like they did with the Moments? Or are we okay with just the one, the FG, that's it?
I wish they would have came out with an AG plate.
That's never going to happen.
I know it's not, but if they did, I would have bought them.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's just like all of their other limited edition boots. Like it's what we expect, and we're gonna get one option. I don't fault them for that. I think it would have been cool to have like SG options.
Yeah.
Maybe like a takedown colorway, just to have for like people that want to buy that. But I don't know. I don't fault them for the way they did it.
Okay, Colby, how do you feel?
I like the one. I like the one elite model because, Justin, I was looking for a Predator Moments for my buddy who missed out.
Yes.
And I thought I found him like 3 times, but it was the pro version.
It's
I was
the
like,
pro.
God damn it. Yeah. So with these, it's like, hey, if you see them, you got them. That's like the legit. That's the
It's the
legit
one and
version you
done.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I do wish that they would do the FG and SG at least, like they did for the Moments. But like Matt said, I can't fault them. Like, how many times? I mean, I think that one Mania remake's like the only time we've had just an SG kind of, only edition. So that's kind of the only thing I fault them for. But the ball looks phenomenal. That's one I'm sad I missed out on.
Yeah.
Matt got a crazy good steal on it, and rightfully so. That's a dang good ball.
Yeah, I used two promos to get this down to like $100, which was sick.
Yes.
Definitely made it more worth it. But
Yeah, hell yeah.
the one thing I want to ask you guys about this colorway is, do you think this was a missed opportunity to make it fusion skin?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
100%, dude. Those would have sold out so fast. So fast.
I agree. And like to do the ball like they did on the Rotero, and then to make this not fusion skin, like I get it. The Pred 25, it's a great boot, fusion skin or not. I think it's better than 24. I think it arguably was better, in my opinion, than the fusion skin 24s, the Rotero and the David Beckhams. But I mean, this would have been a banger of a boot for the first fusion skin Predator to come out for the 25s.
For sure. And I think it would have just gone along with the theme. Like the Rotero was a callback to the 2004 Euros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and this is a callback to the 06 World Cup. So, I mean, it kind of like Rotero, Teamgeist. Yeah. Like I personally think this one, maybe even the moments were the kind of missed opportunities where it's like, it's already in the story for you. Like it's kind of there. Right. And you're kind of like,
Yeah. Does this scare you into thinking we might not get fusion skin on the 25s?
No.
I feel like they have to.
I think a little bit, man. Like I don't know. I feel like they should have done it by now, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because like how many months was it between like the Rotero and the Beckhams? Like maybe like 5 months.
The Roteros kind of came out like midway, months. And then the Beckhams finished it off.
Yeah, so like maybe something like cool will come out this summer.
Oh, I said my question was, and Matt had an answer. I said, okay, so we have colorways strictly for the FTs, and we're all okay with that. I said, even though the boots aren't made for us in particular, like the three of us, should they have like the regular lace / laceless colorways only? So like one pair of laceless boots out of the whole lifespan has like its own colorway.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Oh, sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No, yeah, you go. You've had time to think.
Yeah, no, I think that it looked good when they did like the Generation Pred that was the gold colorway with like the leopard spots, and that wasn't in an FT version, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I think like popularity wise, everybody's going to gravitate towards the FT at this point.
Okay.
Like even somebody like myself, even Substance Football, like we've all kind of said, you know what, like the tongue is the way to go. And so I think that Adidas is just doubling down on that with these releases.
Okay, fair. Matt?
Yeah, for me, it's like if you're gonna, I feel like Adidas has like dove into the nostalgia of the Pred, and if you're gonna continue to release, more nostalgic colorways like the Teamgeist, like the Moments Pred, you have to do it with the tongue. And so I think if you're gonna do colorways kind of around nostalgia, previous Preds, do it with the tongue. If you're gonna do more like, I don't know, player specific, signature colors, and they're not a player that wears the tongue Pred and they wear the standard, like by all means, like, yeah, release it in that variation. I just hate when they do like, oh, here's the boot, then the player wears a different version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they did it with Messi way back with the Messi generation of Adidas boots, where it's like they had him in the plus models, but he never wore the plus. It's like just market what he wears.
Yeah, that's
Get
what
him
everybody
he
wants.
wears. Yeah,
Guys, I have a question for y'all. Does Adidas save money or lose money if they did just the Pred FT, but you had that like Premier 3 option where they gave you that dotted line that you could scissors and cut your own tongue?
I said to do that.
When? Like
Dude,
last year?
Oh my God. Yes, I asked you. I said, should they have it just where it's the FT? And if you don't want the FT, you can just cut it. And you're like, no, that looks stupid. I wouldn't want that.
I mean, dude, that's what Rafinha did for the longest time.
Yeah.
He would get the FT and just cut it because the tongue's better. It's more padded, more cushioned on the FT. The standard Pred, the tongue is like a thin synthetic that apparently has now less padding than what it did on the 24s.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. And if it saves them money, like saves them money, save us money, get more Preds.
Adidas, do it. Just do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think that they should do. I just think it would make the most sense because, like you said, like that was a great play that you put. Rafinha was wearing the snake, the year the snake Preds, but he doesn't wear an FT. He always just wears a regular tongue.
Yeah.
This is malarkey. All right, cool. So while we're on the subject of like Teamgeist and talking, this week's jersey theme was '06 World Cup. Colby, you came up with it, so I'm going to let you say your jersey today.
Boys, as you can guess from the jersey I'm currently wearing, I picked the Brazil 2006 home kit. It's a yellow Nike Brazil crest. This team was stacked, guys. Stacked. You got original Ronaldo, you got Roberto Carlos, you got Ronaldinho, you got Kaká, you got Cafu, you got everybody, man. Like everybody. And although they didn't go on to win it, like it's still like I think it was kind of the end of that era. You know what I mean?
Golden Gen.
Right. The golden generation of Brazil. Like this was, I think, outside of the 2014, and that ended up in a collapse with the 7-1 loss versus Germany. But like this was like the last like chance they had to win the World Cup. So yeah.
Good shout.
Good shout.
I was also a fan of their away jersey this tournament. Just the blue with the white.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one too. That was a good one too.
That was good.
All right, Matt, what do you got?
Mine is going to be the '06 Italy jersey.
Ooh, Puma.
Freaking Puma, dude. This was actually my first ever soccer jersey that I had.
Nice.
The blue one or the white one?
The blue one. The white one's pretty sick too with the weird V-neck.
Yeah. Is this the same tournament where Nike did the matching Tiempos to whatever country you were in? Is like where Pirlo has like the white with the blue.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That might have been.
Is it the Tiempo?
They just had so many
Legend
good.
2?
This was Legend 1 still. I think Legend 2 was 2007 that it came
I could
out.
have sworn it was this tournament though. But yeah, like if your team wore red, your Tiempos were white with like a red Nike swoosh, and I remember the Italy was white with blue, and so on and so forth.
White and blue, and then when they made it to the final, they actually did gold and blue.
Okay. See,
I
did not know
that. That's cool.
Well, maybe it wasn't the final, but maybe after they won, they released these for the players. But there's a gold pair too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then it had the Italian flag under the flap tongue.
Okay, yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and they did the same.
I remember that part.
Same for the Mercurials and the same for the T90s.
Okay, so they did it for the whole. They're essentially their whole pack.
Yeah.
Nice. I went with to like the opposite of Matt. I went with the France away, the Zidane headbutt, the most iconic moment in football history ever. I have to give it up to Zizou. What a way to retire, man. Like honestly, just like literally go out in a bang.
Yeah. Dude, that is a sick jersey.
What? Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Jersey part is not like my all-time favorite, but just the memory. Like I always see that headbutt, like boom, like I can see that picture. I remember that moment like so vividly.
Yeah.
Even for people who like don't watch soccer, that was a huge moment.
That's what I'm saying. People know this moment, and he like balled out that tournament. So to be like such a baller and then just go out right before the Pens, like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mosey. All right, cool. So is there anything anybody else wants to talk about this week? It's kind of a really light episode.
I mean, we got some leaked colorways if you guys want to talk about those.
Court, start it up, man.
What pack is it? We have the new Adidas pack that is coming out after the ugliest Adidas pack we've ever seen. And the boots don't look much different. I'm gonna be honest.
They kind of look like the reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was listening to Noah's second podcast that he posted, and he kind of said the same thing. He was just like, who at Adidas is making these decisions? And he kind of said, like, are they doing this to up the sales of the Teamgeist? And I'm like, I don't know. That'd be a bad marketing move. But
I would say if I was a bet man, I would say no.
Yeah.
But I will say that the thing that I like about it too is like, because who do we think is actually wearing the Teamgeist? The Madrid guys, or some of the head Predator guys? Because Murata, Jude,
Jude,
Pedri.
Pedri and Trent, probably.
Oh, and Trent. I forgot about Trent. Yeah, of course. So, it's going to be one of the – it's kind of like the Moments one where, like, the only person who I really saw wear the Moment spread was Trent.
Yeah.
So just, like, kind of like their select players.
Yeah.
And this will kind of be the grand overall pack. But, yeah.
I will say we had some
I'm not a
legends. Sorry, going back to your Moment spread, there were some legends games over the weekend, and Stevie G got to wear his Moment spread, which I thought was pretty cool. But
Did he slip?
Damn it, Justin. But to Matt's point, yeah, the Copa in this pack actually look pretty good. Like, I'm hoping that these Copa Pure 3s have a kids version, because my son loves that light blue. Like, and the silver looks pretty cool.
Who do we see the leak? Was it Mark Gahey?
No, it was from Milan. No, Tamori, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It is Tamori. Yeah, what am I saying?
Cool. See, I know ball.
God, call me out in the comments, guys. Should know better.
Yeah, okay, so we saw those images. They looked more white, but I was glad that you pointed out that they were silver, because I was like, oh, it's just the same pack again.
I would say this is a good colorway for the Copa Pure 3. Like, if you pull this colorway out of this pack, like, and put it into something else, it looks much better. Or if you put it by itself. Yeah, dude. Like, that's
I don't love this
solid.
one. You know what the F50 reminds me of? Like the old 90s X-Men cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's a good...
Like with the name, the blue.
I also think it just, like, looks like they just took the colors from the current F50 crazy colorway and just desaturated them. They're like, all right, throw them back on. It's like...
That's fair.
Yeah.
Didn't we have... Okay, on the last gen, didn't we have, like, a women's pack that was kind of similar to these also? Where it was like a super, super baby blue pred, and it had pink stripes with, like, a yellow sole plate. Does anybody else remember those, or am I making those up?
I think I remember that, but I don't. Oh my gosh,
I couldn't tell you what they were called. I'd have to, like, go back and look. But I was just wondering if anybody remembers those.
Celestial Victory. Weird.
That's what I want to know too. Who's coming up with these names?
I don't even know.
Like, straight up.
Know.
So yeah, so those exist. It doesn't sound like anybody's really too concerned or excited. Are you guys excited for the Pred Absolute Shot? What are they called? Like, they're like the Nike Shocks with the Adidas version.
No, not at all.
No, nobody's rocking
bro.
those. Mr. T90
bro,
remakes.
I grew up in the Nike Shocks era. I remember when shoes like this were popular, and it was a bad idea then. It's a bad idea now. I don't like it.
I remember
as you would say, it's booty cheeks. Don't like it.
Dude, these black ones just remind me of, like, a basketball referee from growing up.
Yeah.
It's just like, I see him, I'm like, that's what a basketball referee would wear.
Yeah. I just remember Shocks were super uncomfortable. You know, it's one of those techs that look cool, but it was really uncomfortable to wear. So I'm going to assume that this is that 06 technology that should probably stay in 06.
Right, exactly.
You know, we don't need it brought back.
The only things I want brought back, like, more than, like, the T90s that we saw. Do you remember these, like, Allen Iverson, like, laceless slip-on shoes? Dude, those were hype. Those were, like, I was begging my mom for some of them. I was begging her, and she would not do it. I still call her out to this day. I was probably in, like, 4th or 5th grade. I was like, why didn't you buy me the Allen Iverson shoes? She bought me some, like, cheap slip-on, oh my gosh, and one shoes from Walmart. And, like, those held up for a minute.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they're not the same.
I had Shaqs. I didn't even have the and ones. I had Shaqs.
The Shaqs, dude. Same.
The fucking dunking logo. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
Damn. Dude, I remember growing up, I wanted a pair of Shocks so bad because all my friends had them. But I had all, like, the takedown, like, Payless shoes.
Yeah.
And I saved up money, went and bought my first pair of Shocks. I'm not kidding. 2 days later, the shock popped off. And I'm just like, all right. Like, fuck these shoes.
Yeah.
But
Shocks made you so much taller, though, dude. You'd
That's why I
wear
wanted
Shocks
them,
to
dude.
Six Flags, bro. And you would get on those rides.
Yeah.
There you go. Like platform heels,
dude.
but a modern day
Platform
version.
for, like, elementary schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Yeah, so we've seen those. They're coming. nobody's excited for him. I'm not excited for him. I will say that Colby, I know that you're not going to be happy to hear this, but the next coming king, like the silver one, looks awesome.
Dude,
King?
can they
Did you
just
say king?
The king,
please?
yeah. It's part of like, I think it's like the Audacity pack, but it's like a silver king with like black, and it has like little bits of pink, and it looks fire,
Bro,
Interesting.
Can we please upgrade the king? Can we please just kill the future in the king? Just until 2026.
Have you guys seen the King top collaboration that came out?
I feel like I briefly saw this.
It was
like
the
a-
ones that are like the classics.
Yeah, it was like a collaboration, I think, with the Mundial magazine or something.
Ooh. I only saw a picture of them. I didn't really look at them. Are you going to get some?
No, I just think they look sick.
Oh.
I think they're synthetic though, but
Oh,
I think they look better than the current Puma Kings.
No, these
Yeah.
do not.
Oh,
Get
I
outta
think
here.
they do. Give me the fold over tongue, the leather looking
These are not
upper.
it. These ain't it, brother.
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like the Puma King top tongue is I don't know. It's
It
not the
ain't
best
it.
tongue. It ain't the best
It's
tongue.
like the Mundial team. The Copa Mundial team.
Well, it's
tongue.
like the old school Mizuno tongue too. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like wider. It's like a weird shape. Anyways, dude, one thing I do want to actually bring up before we go is the relabeling of the Tiempo for 2026, because that like leaked on Footy Headlines. We haven't talked about this yet. The Tiempo Maestro. So they're dropping the legend piece of the Tiempo, which, yeah, you should have already done it. Like, it's
That's what this boot should have been.
right.
Yeah.
I think that they just I have a feeling based off the reception of this boot, they were like, we got to rebrand, and so they're not going to do anything to make it leather or anything like that. It'll be synthetic, and this is just the new name for it, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the route they're going, I don't hate it. I do agree. I think it should have been sooner. But I feel like we're going to get to a point where if this next variation of the Tiempo is, a better boot and succeeds, I think it's going to get to a point where, like, kind of how we're at with the Predator now. There was a time where the Predator was always leather. They switched it to the LZ. People hated it at first. But now, I mean, the Predator is one of the best boots on the market. So hopefully that's how this continues forward so that the Tiempo can live on. But I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see.
I wonder if this is like the first step into, like, you know how with their Phantom line, they went from like Vision and Venom, and then they kind of went down the route of oh my gosh,
GT.
GX, yeah, GT, and they went GT and GX2. I feel like this is like the first step, is like the rename, and then maybe it's like the Maestro something. Maybe they drop the Tiempo later, and it just kind of deviates into like more control boot territory. I don't even know. I don't even know what this model will be. Maybe they'll just kill it. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you guys. The name, it is crazy what a name can do on the perception of something. But if you look at who's really wearing Tiempos, I mean, it was always kind of the Defender's boot in the past, 2 decades. But if you look at a lot of players now, a lot of midfielders have started to kind of pick up. We're not big boots by position, I know, yada, yada. But it is becoming that kind of Predator control boot. Because the Predator originally, if you go back and you look at it, it was a striker's boot. It was all about power, boom, boom, boom. And like, oh, this new control word. So I think Maestro is gonna kind of go along with the theme what they want. Because if you look at people now like Christian Eriksen and Mason Mount before he switched to Adidas, they were rocking these Tiempos. And, that's kind of what they're known for, some more of their skills. So, again, I think it's just like a way for them to creatively kind of rebrand what this boot will be. And then we'll see what they do with the next generation Phantoms, if it will continue to be kind of essentially their striker boot, or maybe if they'll do something different and that'll be their midfield. I don't really know. But I am curious and I'm excited. Like, I'm cautiously optimistic, because I think a name change can do a lot for something, for a product especially.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's it.
Cool.
It's been a weird night, but we got to call it.
Yeah.
Matt, tell the people they can find you.
You can find me at Burns Boots on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Colby?
Find me at Kicking with Kolbs on Instagram and on YouTube.
And as always, you can find me at Texas Cleat Collector on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can find us at Bootcast Pod. And go down below. Let us know. What's your favorite Teamgeist jersey? And it can be the World Cup. It can be one of the teams. What do you think about the Tiempo name change? What do you think about Celestial Victory? Are you excited? And as always, while you're there, hit like, hit comment, subscribe, smash the bells. I don't know what else you can do, but do those things. And if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click down here to see more. Later.